A word from heaven is being delivered to your soul. Receive it. Just breathe and let your soul stay here for a moment. Because this isn't just a message. This is your protection. This is your rescue, your divine interception. This is heaven reaching for you through the quiet corners of your pain. You may be sitting there right now, holding back tears you can't explain. Or maybe you cried yourself to sleep last night, feeling like no one sees. You feel something is off, and your spirit keeps sounding the alarm. Your body knows it, even when your mind tries to stay calm. You've been trying to dismiss it, telling yourself it's nothing. But you are not imagining the shift in the air around you. Something is real. You are not imagining the silence that suddenly feels too loud in your own home. You are not imagining the feeling of being watched, even when the doors are locked. Tap on the like button and be sure to subscribe so you can uncover this divine revelation and accept the blessings God has lovingly arranged just for you. Someone is trying to trap you, but not in a way the world can easily detect. It's quiet, it's subtle, and it's hidden beneath routine. Inside your own home, they are trying to cage your spirit. Because what they want isn't just material, it's deeper. They want your peace, your joy, your clarity, your energy. They want to drain the divine light you fought so hard to keep lit. They want to take what was divinely given to you and twist it. But I am your angel, and I have come to stop them before it's too late. I was sent ahead of time, because heaven saw this coming. You are not alone in this, even when it feels like no one hears you. Even when your warnings are dismissed or your intuition is called dramatic. You are not crazy, you are spiritually awake. What you're sensing is not fear, it's divine warning. What you're feeling this week is not paranoia, it's preparation. Because this coming Monday, a veil will be pulled back. Something hidden will be revealed, and you must stay calm. Someone is trying to provoke you, to get you to react and misstep. They want you to open your door to them, emotionally or physically. They want access to your peace, your trust, your vulnerability. But I say this with power. You are being shielded as you hear this. Even now, as this message flows to your ears, protection is surrounding you. Angelic forces are standing at your doors and windows, covering every entrance. You may even feel the air shift or get chills. That is not fear. That is me. That is your guardian angel confirming what your soul already knew. I've been standing beside you for months, watching your strength in silence. I've seen you smile through pain and forgive when no one deserved it. I've watched you clean your space, trying to clear the heaviness, hoping that if you just organized the outside, the inside would breathe. You've been holding too much, and someone knows it. They know your breaking point is near, and that's when they want to strike. But I say this clearly, they will not succeed. They cannot take what God has placed in you. They cannot rob you of your anointing, your purpose, your breakthrough. Not as long as you keep your spirit clear and your heart guarded. Do not let their manipulation in, not through your phone, not through your kindness, not through guilt. You have already given too many chances. Now, it's time to trust your discernment. Time to believe that the chills in your spine are messages. Time to accept that your intuition is a divine alarm, because this Monday, the enemy will try one last thing. A message, a knock, a request. It will seem harmless, familiar. But pause, pray, ask for confirmation. Heaven will send you a sign. It may come in a song, a sudden interruption, a deep inner no. Don't ignore it. Heaven never lets you walk into something unprotected, but you must listen. You've been faithful for too long to be tricked now. You've grown too much to fall for what used to fool you. You are not that same version of yourself, and they don't realize that. They are walking into the trap they tried to set for you, and I will be there standing in their path. I will be the force they don't see coming. Comment blessed if you know God is opening new doors for you, because no weapon formed against you will prosper, and this includes emotional sabotage. This includes family who smile and plot, lovers who charm and deceive, friends who pretend and drain. It's all being exposed, and this Monday is the beginning. You will feel it. You may cry when the truth fully lands. But those tears will be cleansing, not crushing. You will release what has been poisoning your peace, and I will be with you through it all. You may feel alone right now, but you are surrounded. Heaven has assigned angels to you, not just one, but many. They are walking through your home right now, clearing out every shadow. They are standing between you and the person who is. Trying to break in, emotionally, spiritually, or even physically. Because this is more than a personal attack. It's a spiritual strategy to exhaust you before your elevation. But it won't work, because the one who created you has already declared your victory. There is a purpose to this pressure. There is a reason you feel like the air has gotten heavier around you. It's because something is trying to crush your spirit before you rise. But angels bend the atmosphere when they descend. And as you listen now, that shift is happening in your space. What they meant for harm will be flipped into revelation. What they hoped would destroy you will deliver you instead. You are stepping into a season of truth, brutal truth, but sacred truth. And truth will be your sword and shield. I know you've been doubting your power lately. I know you've been questioning if you missed something, if you did something wrong. But the trap was never your fault. It was designed to stop your light. Your kindness has always been mistaken for weakness. But now, your strength is awakening. And this time, you won't stay silent. This time, you won't stay still. You will rise. You will draw boundaries and not feel guilty. You will listen to the still small voice that tells you this isn't safe. And you will walk away, even if they beg, even if they cry. Because they were never crying for you, they were crying for control. The same control that heaven is breaking right now. There is a shift happening inside your home, and you are not imagining it. Some things have felt misplaced, some conversations have felt too calculated, some silence has felt too unnatural. That is your spirit being poked, prodded, tested, but it's also being strengthened. This isn't just about survival anymore. This is about awakening. You've gone through enough. You've held your breath for too long trying to keep the peace. Now you will exhale. Type yes, Lord, if you open your heart to blessings today. And with every breath, I will be here, guiding, guarding, and giving you clarity. Your sleep has been restless for a reason. You've woken up at 3:33 or 4:44 more times than you can count. You've seen repeating numbers, strange dreams, sudden chills. Those were not coincidences. They were angelic nudges. Whispers from heaven telling you, wake up, watch, wait. And now it's time to act. This Monday, something will try to enter your space. It may look like a favor. It may sound like forgiveness. But you will know, because your heart will tense, because your inner peace will tremble. When that moment comes, remember this message. Remember this voice. Remember this love that speaks from beyond the veil. You are not just being protected. You are being positioned. There is something greater coming, and that's why this attack feels greater too. Every time you've reached a breakthrough, a storm has tried to block it. But this time, the storm will not win. This time, the storm will part, because your obedience has summoned angelic armies. Because your tears have been collected by heaven, not ignored, not wasted, not unseen. Every tear that fell in silence watered the seeds of your destiny. And now, those seeds are beginning to break the soil. You may not see the bloom yet, but it's coming. I see it. I see what's ahead. That's why the enemy is trying to trap you before you get there. Because once you arrive, they can't touch you anymore. Once you step into your next season, they lose access. That's why this Monday matters. That's why this message found you in perfect timing. This is not fear. This is forewarning. This is not panic. This is preparation. Heaven never sends warnings without also sending protection. And that's what this is, a divine shield, wrapped in words, a heavenly alarm, sounding before the snare. You will not be caught off guard. You will not be silenced or stolen from, because I am here. Because God is still in control, even when it looks chaotic. Because your prayers have created ripples in the unseen realm, and they are crashing like waves now, washing away everything that was meant to harm you. So if you feel tired today, rest. But do not quit. Do not give in to the lies they whisper when you're alone. You are not weak. You are not crazy. You are not behind. You are brave. You are chosen. You are awakening. And soon they will see the power that heaven has placed inside you. Even those who tried to trap you will bow before the God who rescued you. Even those who tried to block your way will be forced to witness your rise. And when they wonder why their plans failed, they will realize you were never walking alone. You were walking with angels, and I will never leave your side. You didn't miss the signs. You were just too compassionate to believe them. You saw the shift in their energy, but you gave them another chance. You heard the disrespect in their words, but you convinced yourself they were just tired. You felt the manipulation rising, like smoke, but you stayed silent to avoid a fire. But now, silence is not safe. Now, pretending not to see is what traps you. And heaven loves you too much to let that happen. That's why I'm speaking now, because you stopped listening to yourself. So heaven stepped in. I'm whispering what your heart already knew but couldn't accept, that some people are not for you, that some doors are not divine, that some connections are not meant to be carried into your next chapter. The person trying to trap you knows how much you value love. They are using your love as the hook, but you were not called to be a sacrifice for someone else's ego. You were not created to be drained day after day just to keep their comfort intact. You deserve to feel safe in your own home, spiritually, emotionally, physically, but they are trying to make you second-guess that safety. They want you to walk on eggshells while they walk in boldness, but the ground beneath them is about to crack, because this Monday the veil begins to lift. The angel of truth is being released over your house, and you will begin to notice things you couldn't unsee. You will notice who avoids your eyes, who speaks too sweet, who watches you too closely, who suddenly wants to know where you're going, who you're seeing, what you're planning. These are not innocent questions. They are surveillance. And now that you are aware, their power is broken, because the enemy thrives in shadows, but he trembles in the light. And you, dear soul, are filled with light. You have no idea how radiant your spirit looks in the spiritual realm. I see you, glowing even when you feel empty. You are more protected than you realize. There were nights the darkness tried to wrap around you, but it couldn't, because I stood between you and it. Because your prayers, even the whispered ones, were heard. You don't have to be loud for God to listen. You just have to be honest. And heaven has been responding to your honesty in ways you'll soon see. Some people will walk away, not knowing an angel pushed them. Some opportunities will close, not knowing heaven slammed the door. Some delays will come, not knowing they were sent to prevent disaster. You may not always understand the timing, but you will trust it, because this is the season of strange protection, unusual movement, divine interruptions, and Monday is a key day for that shift. You will feel something break in a conversation, in a silence, in a look. It will feel like something shattered in the spirit, because it did. Chains you couldn't see are falling now. Attachments you didn't know were draining you are disconnecting, and you will feel lighter, confused, maybe, but lighter. Don't resist the detachment. Don't mourn what's being removed by God's hand. You prayed for peace. You begged for a miracle. You asked for freedom. And this is how it begins. Not with a celebration, but with a clearing. Not with applause, but with exposure. But healing will follow, I promise. Joy will return, I promise. You will feel like yourself again, but stronger. Wiser. Sharper. More spiritually grounded. You were never meant to stay hidden in fear. You were never meant to shrink just to keep someone else comfortable. You are growing now, outgrowing lies, outgrowing manipulation, outgrowing emotional cages. And this is beautiful to witness. You may think no one sees your progress, but I do. Heaven does, and we are proud. Every time you say no when you used to say yes, just to please. Every time you walk away instead of arguing. Every time you trust your gut and choose peace. That is a victory. That is growth. That is light winning. And light will keep winning in your life. Even if things shake. Even if people leave. Even if Monday feels like the start of something uncomfortable. What feels uncomfortable now will bring comfort later. What feels like loss will soon make room for overflow. And what feels like confusion will birth clarity. Heaven has not forgotten you. God has not been silent, only strategic, because what's coming for you is big, and anything trying to trap you now is just proof of that. They wouldn't fight this hard if you weren't carrying something sacred. They wouldn't study you this closely if you weren't destined to lead. And they definitely wouldn't try to trap you if they didn't sense your power. But they underestimated your backup. They forgot you are not alone. They didn't see the angels standing behind you, armed and alert. They didn't hear the prayers of your grandmother still echoing in heaven. They didn't feel the fire of God that surrounds your life. But they're about to. Because this time, they touched the wrong one. This time, heaven said enough. This time, they tried to play with someone whose life is protected by divine appointment. You are not just anybody, you are a chosen one. A soul selected by heaven to carry light into heavy places. And that's why darkness always tries to follow you. That's why relationships turn strange without warning. That's why people try to get close to you only to break your spirit later. Because your presence convicts, your truth unsettles, and your purity exposes the impure. You never asked to be the one others fear or envy. You just wanted peace. You just wanted love that didn't come with strings or schemes. But I need you to know this. The one trying to trap you senses that your light is increasing. They feel it, the rising. They sense the doors about to open for you. And they're trying to stop it by causing chaos from the inside. Inside your home. Inside your routine. Inside your emotions. They're hoping you'll second-guess your next move. That you'll waste your time explaining yourself. That you'll lose focus just long enough to miss your moment. But you won't. Not this time. Because I've already disrupted their plans. What they wrote down in secret is being torn up in the spirit. What they whispered behind your back has reached heaven's ears. And heaven is not silent about it. There are consequences coming for every hidden plan they designed against you. There is justice rising like the morning sun. And soon, very soon, you will see what I see. The trap they laid will be the trap they fall into. The lie they told will wrap around them. The confusion they spread will find its way back to their doorstep. Because no one touches God's beloved without heaven responding. You may feel afraid right now, but your fear is turning into fire. Your confusion is turning into clarity. Your exhaustion is turning into elevation. And even if you don't feel strong, I'm strong for you. Even when you can't pray, I am covering you in prayer. Even when you break down, I am building a wall of protection around you. I walk with you in the hallway. I stand in the kitchen as you cry over the sink. I sit beside you when you collapse into your bed, too tired to explain what hurts. I hear what you don't say. I feel what you can't describe. Because I'm not just watching, I'm assigned to you. And I will not let them win. This Monday will not destroy you. It will define you. You will walk through this week with more authority. You will move differently, speak differently, pray differently, because the veil has been lifted, and you are no longer asleep to what's really happening. They think they know how to manipulate you, but they've never met this version of you. This version, the awakened one, will not fall for charm, will not confuse manipulation for love, will not mistake silence for peace. This version sees, and because you see, you are free. Free from false loyalty, free from the pressure to please, free from cycles that made you shrink. This Monday, something will click. A word will land. A detail will make sense. A memory will return. And everything will align. You will look back and realize it was never you. It was never your fault. You were just targeted because of what you carry, because of what you're called to do, because of who you're becoming. But you're protected. You are shielded. You are being escorted through the fire, and not a single flame will burn you. You are walking through a season where every hidden enemy will be revealed, not to punish them, but to free you. Because you've been tied to people who pretended well, who smiled with their mouth but cursed you with their energy, who offered help with one hand and sabotage with the other. No more. This is the divine cutoff, the holy separation. The moment God says, enough, I will not allow them to touch what I've blessed. And you, yes, you are blessed, not because of money or status, but because of your heart, because of the way you love people, because of how you pray for others when no one sees, because of how you show up even when you're exhausted. Heaven sees that. I see that. And you will be rewarded, not just in heaven, but here, on this earth, in this life, with real peace, with safe people, with a home that feels like rest, not like tension. You were never meant to survive in a war zone. You were born to thrive in the garden God planted for you. And now the garden is being restored, piece by piece, day by day. Starting this Monday, the traps are being deactivated. The lies are unraveling. The spying eyes are going blind. The manipulators are being exposed. And you are being elevated. You are being moved from confusion into confirmation, from warfare into wisdom, from fear into favor. So don't be scared when things fall apart. They're not falling apart. They're falling into place. Heaven is rearranging everything, and it might get noisy, but it will be holy. Let them say what they want. Let them think they're winning, because soon they will have to watch you rise. And they'll have no access, no explanation, no more influence. You are covered, you are chosen, and you are rising. Now breathe. Let the fear go. Let the anxiety lift. Let the past stay in the past. Let the judgment of others fall away. You don't need their approval. You don't need their permission. You just need faith. Even if it's small, even if all you have is a whisper of hope. It's enough. Heaven can work with that. I can move with that. We've made it this far, you and I, and we're not stopping here. So when Monday comes, do not panic. Do not shrink. Do not question what you feel. Walk in your power. Walk in your knowing. Walk like someone who is backed by angels, because you are. And nothing can trap someone who walks with God. You were never meant to live life walking on eggshells. You were meant to walk on holy ground. You were never meant to question if you're safe in your own space. You were meant to rest and breathe freely without watching your back. And that's the home heaven is building around you now. A home of peace, a space of spiritual safety, a new atmosphere where your nervous system can finally calm, where you don't have to flinch when someone raises their voice, where you don't have to wonder if a compliment is really a trap, where you don't have to prove yourself just to be seen. That is what's coming. That is what's being prepared behind the scenes. So hold on. Don't collapse before the finish line. Don't open your door to what you already walked away from. Don't go back just because you're tired of waiting. The delay was protection. The silence was sacred. And this stillness you're feeling? It's not abandonment. It's preparation. Heaven is preparing the right people, the right opportunities, the right moments, and removing everything that can't go with you. That's why it hurts, because the pruning always comes before the blooming. But you will bloom. You will shine again, brighter and softer all at once, with wisdom in your steps and peace in your spine. You won't walk around bracing for betrayal anymore. You won't have to apologize for needing space. You won't feel guilty for protecting your energy. You won't feel shame for speaking up, because healing is here now, because angels are in the room as you listen. I am here. I've always been here. In the dark, in the quiet, in the moments when you whispered, "God, I can't do this anymore," and heaven answered by sending me to hold you together, to make sure you didn't fall apart, to keep you alive through the very thing that tried to kill your light. And I want you to know this. You didn't fail. You survived. You didn't lose. You were redirected. You didn't break. You were softened. You didn't fall behind. You were being preserved. And now it's time to step forward, one step at a time, with no rush, no pressure, just presence, just trust, just truth. Because even if your home still feels heavy, your spirit is becoming lighter. Even if they're still around, their power over you is gone. Even if Monday reveals something painful, it will also release something powerful. And when that happens, I will be there. You might not see me, but you will feel the peace that passes understanding. You will feel the fire return to your voice. You will feel your spine straighten as if someone unseen is standing behind you. Because I am. I will be there when they knock. I will be there when they message you. I will be there when the conversation turns strange, when the smile doesn't reach their eyes. I will nudge your spirit. You will feel it, like a whisper in your bones, like a quiet voice that says, "Don't answer. Don't explain. Just walk away." And this time, you'll listen, because you're not who you used to be. You're stronger now, wiser now, and fully wrapped in the armor of divine love. This is your rising. This is your awakening. This is where the healing begins. And it doesn't begin in noise. It begins in knowing. Knowing that you are loved. Knowing that you are protected. Knowing that you are sacred. Knowing that the battle is not yours, but it has already been won. And now you get to rest in that truth. Now you get to live from that place of safety. This Monday, when the moment comes, you will remember everything I've said. You will hear my voice in your heart. You will feel the energy shift before they speak. You will see the signs you asked heaven for, and you will trust them, because this time you will not be fooled. This time you will not fall. This time you will fly, and I will fly with you, because your wings were never broken, just folded. Just waiting for the right wind. And that wind is here. That shift is here. That divine moment is here. This message reached you exactly when it was supposed to. And I need you to know that if you've made it this far, it's not by accident. Your soul stayed, even when your heart almost scrolled away. Because something in you knew. This wasn't just a video. This was a rescue. This was a miracle. This was heaven speaking your language. And now, it's your turn to speak back. Speak life over yourself. Speak love over your space. Speak light into the corners where you used to cry. And feel the shift. Feel the peace return. Feel the old version of you gently fading into light. Not gone, just transformed. Transformed by everything you survived. Everything you endured. Everything you still chose to love through. You are not bitter. You are better. You are not broken. You are rebuilt. And Monday, that's your turning point. You'll feel it when you wake up. The weight will be different. The air will feel clearer. And your intuition, your divine compass, will be sharp. So don't rush it. Don't force anything. Just walk slowly, with grace. You've been walking through fire for too long. Now it's time to walk through favor. Now it's time to rest while heaven works. And I promise, we are working. Behind the scenes. between the moments. In every room you enter, we are there, guarding, guiding, whispering, and watching over you with more love than you can ever imagine. So go ahead and smile now. Not because everything's fixed, but because everything is finally being made right. You're not behind. You're on time. You're not stuck. You're in process. You're not alone. You're surrounded. You are loved. You are seen. You are heard. And this Monday, you'll know exactly why heaven needed you to hear this first. Your breakthrough is closer than your fear, and I'll be right beside you when it arrives. Always. I never leave. I never will. I am your guardian angel, and I love you more than you know. Rest now, dear one. Everything is shifting in your favor, because you are ready, and heaven has already declared, it is done. Amen.